Hey, Pop. Hey, Scotty. How you been, sport?
Whoa! Spreken worden.
There's a couple of words that I recognise, and spreken I know means speak.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. Greek.
Hey, boy.
I tried to learn Greek. That was interesting. That was quite a nice language. Completely original, though. That's the thing about Greek. It's completely original. It's not got any roots in Romanian or Latin. It's an original language itself. European.
About the Greek language, listen to Christos. This man's got some gravy too. What's up with you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just want to start off by saying I like what you're saying about Greek. That is an interesting aspect of it in a very original language. But I was just gonna say, hearing you guys talk about languages, my girlfriend has a lot of knowledge on linguistics, and next time that you have a stream going and I'm with my girlfriend, I'm gonna have to bring her on stream with me because I think she would appreciate some of your humor, Voy, and then also just your knowledge with language. I want to see like if she understands like some of the stuff you're just saying there.
You can do it at your own risk, dude.
Hey, dude, I'm a fucking golden bull, man. I'll fucking charge right through. Why do you think I would even bring it up? I got that confidence.
I love that, dude. I love that.
Hey, I know you're a suave guy, but I'm just that confident that I'm willing to bring up females around you.
Dude, I love it. I mean, I was just thinking about my first girlfriend. I mean, she was like into like the how do you call this legends and the myths, right? She studied that, right? Yeah. So yeah.
Mythologies.
Myths and legends, man. I used to love. I was just fascinated by them when I was young.
She studied that for like studied that like in the system, So yeah.
There's a very great value to mythology and stories. I will say, I just brought up recently that I've microdosed some magic mushrooms in the past couple days, and one of the first times I ever actually tripped mushrooms, something that it really took me deep down a rabbit hole on was mythology and the value of mythology, and really contemplating why we have these stories, why we have these characters, archetypes, tropes. Things that we can see repeated throughout time in different cultures, and then just diving deep into certain specific mythologies, and it's like, okay, why is there such thing as these different types of demons, or the Minotaur, or dragons, fish people, forest nymphs, like fairies, all these different things,
leprechauns,
elder elder gods, titans, demigods. Also, like, you can get into cosmology as well with mythology, and those can kind of cross over and intertwine, and get into stuff like Yggdrasil, and like the tree of life, and different realms that are below and above, and all of that type of stuff. There's a very potent value to it that I think a lot of people have lost in the modern day, in this postmodern world that we live in. I feel like we've really thrown a lot of that valuable stuff to the side. Like, sure, we still have superhero movies, and like, okay.
Only because we were encouraged to, though. That's the thing. That, like, if they'd been teaching us this stuff when we were young, we would have lapped it up. We would have lapped it up because that's what, that's how science fiction and, Star Wars and cartoons and fantasy movies, we love this stuff, man. But they deliberately pushed it out of our consciousness as something that was important. They said, no, this is mythology. No, this is all about science. It's all about science now.
I will say I was a little blessed, I would say, and when I think back when I was younger, there were a couple books that I read when I was in school, like way younger, like little, and also when I was in high school. We read things like Perseus Jackson and the Lightning Thief. That had a lot to do with like Greek mythology, and we read some shit about dragons. There was a book that was like it was about these big dragons that talked, and it wasn't like cartoonish. Like it was actually like it was some cool like fantasy stuff. Like so, I did get some taste of it, but like
Yeah.
generally, yeah, I agree with you. There's definitely been a certain push over time to kind of like take that out of our psyche and take it out of the culture,
Well,
and then with the collective unconscious, they definitely have like
when did you
really,
learn?
yeah.
When did you learn what an archetype was?
Um, pro- Probably late in high school, but also I think I like truly learned what it was when I was in college, and it wasn't from school. It was like I learned about archetypes actually just by, funnily enough, tripping mushrooms. Like
Yeah.
I just experimenting with psychedelics and using cannabis after that I got out of high school and I was in my college years. It really like kickstarted me in the right direction to contemplate these things and really just kind of like discover, you know, like what is an archetype and what's the value of archetypes, how does it play into the world around us, and just understanding things like the
But
tarot,
this
how
is
that.
my point. This is my point,
Mhm.
right? I think this is something that should be taught to us when we're 10 years old.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's what we should be
Yeah,
taught. What the importance of an archetype and what an archetype is and what it and how it relates to these stories and how it relates, you know, to these myths and legends, because that's part of the role that you're meant to fulfill on this earth. You're meant to, you know, there's a you say there's a plan for all of us or whatever, you know, like
mm,
this is my version. I'm living my version of what's going on because, you know, I can listen to everybody else's versions, how they're perceiving the world, and I can try and incorporate that into my own perception. But at the end of the day, it's my perception that's ruling, you know, that's ruling how I experience what's going on this earth. And you can choose to be a good person or a bad person, but they don't bother saying any of that. They just say, no, you just got to go to work. You just got to go to work, earn money, pay taxes, raise a family. Well, that's all gone out the window now, the whole raise a family thing. Now it's just go to work. In fact, no, they're not even saying that. Now they're saying, no, let us just drug you up and give you free money and you just do whatever we tell you to do. Take this injection, take this thing, you know, this welfare state that they've tried to, that's kind of exploded since 2020, you know, with everybody getting these checks through the post. And you get a check through the post. Most people just don't want to, if the government's going to give them money, they don't want to think about the repercussions of what that means. So, so they're giving everybody this. So how much is that going to, who's actually paying for this? Who's going to pay for this at the end of the day? Like, people don't think about that because they've got too many problems right in front of them in the now. Well, it's the only time when we're living is now, and they don't think, you know. And that's the whole point. They don't want us to think. They just want us reacting to the, you know, to the various stimuli that are put into our life, whatever, into our
yeah.
experience.
Yo, man, what's your channel? What's your channel called? Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, mate, yeah. The Magic Treehouse. I'll put a link.
I love that. Yeah, okay, cool. I really like what you're saying there. I totally agree. I'm definitely I'm on the same page with that. I agree with everything you just laid down. Very very well said.
Thank you, man. I don't know, it's just, yeah. It's yeah. I don't know. I feel awkward when people say things
You
like
you
that.
Oh, you're just being humble. I got you.
No,
You're
no,
good.
I just feel awkward when people say things like that because, like we were saying earlier, with vividness, you know,
Christos
you really
just
want. I want to and everything, but then when it happens, it's like, oh fuck, you know. Anyway, I'll put there's a link to my channel in the private chat.
it's
And
what
I'll put
Christos does. It's what Christos does to you, dude. He does that to me too, all the time. I mean, I can even think about the music to play when he speaks. What me? I don't do requests. No, I'm not gonna play your music, Christos. That's just totally gonna set me off.
Are you a musician as well?
No, he's not. He
No.
doesn't look like a musician at all. You know, he's not a musician. He doesn't look like a poet. He doesn't do anything. He just cooks, flips the burgers.
Everyone thinks I'm a musician. I've been asked if I'm in a band so many times. No.
A bit
Well,
flamboyant, but he's not a singer, man. Okay.
Oh yeah, a little bit. And the streams here on YouTube have helped after I found like cool people.
Provides a platform for streamers like us and people that like to and that's like
Yep.
right.
Slightly bigger channel. So it was this weird chain effect domino thing that happened where I started listening to one streamer for a couple months, and then I found smaller channels that would like be in the live chat of the bigger channel, and then I would go and check them out. And then it's gotten to this point, and you see I found Voy through someone that was on Ian's streams with We Are Awake TV. So through happenstance, circumstance, however you want to put it, by proxy, I'm like fractalizing out and I'm finding these other communities within communities. And it's very interesting, it's very cool. And I really appreciate the organic grassroots energy that is present. And I was telling my girlfriend that I feel like I'm supporting like a local business, but just on the internet in a sense, like supporting the local community, supporting grassroots community, real people,
It's
not
making connections, dude. You're making connections, right? The way I think that we're like, we're sort of transmitters and receivers of energy, basically, information and energy. Like our brains are receiving information all the time and transmitting information all the time. Our hearts are doing the same thing, and we're, oh mate, I've just had a complete fucking brain fart. I don't know. I was going to say something. I've had a complete brain fart. My mind just went absolutely blank right in the middle of saying what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that was totally at the wrong moment because I was just getting off and I thought, well, when he starts.
If in case anybody
Ramping.
hasn't noticed, I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, and I've got this.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just like ugh. I feel a bit better than I did this morning when I woke up. Fucking hell, man. And last night trying to go to bed. Yesterday it just got worse during the day, and then like nighttime was horrible. Woke up this morning, it was horrible, and I feel a bit better now than I did, and I feel good because I'm not taking any medication. I'm not taking any. I used to take.
I love to hear that. I mean, it's not that if you were to take any medication that I would write you off, but it's a good thing to hear that you don't. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But I know it's hard for you, dude. That's why I'm sending you some money. I'm gonna send you some money.
I really appreciate it, because
I don't want any of my good friends to be hungry during winter, so I'm gonna
No, it's really, really seriously appreciated, man. Like,
and the thing is, you do produce a lot of very valuable and valid content, dude. I mean, not everybody notices.
I hope so.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you've got some skills. Yeah.
I think I've got, like, if nothing else, I've got my music. I'm like, nothing else. I'll just play songs, play music to people. That's what I'm meant to be doing, man. That's what I'm actually meant to be doing, is singing to people and then talking to them afterwards. Like, you know, getting around a fire and singing and getting everybody else singing and then just talking afterwards. That's what I was going to say. Right, it's just popped back into my head. We're conduits, Christos, right? And so I don't know if you've heard of oh God, what's her name? Oh God, Doreen. She's the woman that, she's dead now, but she worked with people, hypnotizing them, and she ended up taking everybody to the deepest level of hypnotization, and in every single instance, the same entities were on the same, basically the same entities were coming through and speaking through these people, and they were saying this, they were all saying the same thing, and they were basically telling her about what's going on here on Earth, about how we're approaching this shift where we're going to go into a new world. It's going to be a completely new world, and all these and souls have come in to help carry the energy into the next phase of what Earth is going to be, and that, I think that's what, like, they call it star seeds and indigo children and supernova souls and stuff. That's what everybody that's searching, everybody that's got this burning question, like, because they can see that what they're being presented is false, and that there's all these people in charge are just trying to deceive us, and all the institutions that we used to trust, now we don't trust them because they've been shown to be just lying through their teeth to manipulate us and get us to do what they want to do, which isn't with our best interest at heart. And so we're, you know, it's because we are these souls. We carry these souls, and we have a connection. Our ego, for some reason, in this incarnation, our egos are listening to our hearts, and we're going with our instincts, and especially now we're all trusting our instincts now. We all know now that we can trust our instincts. So because we're able to discern, because of this connection that we've got that tells us that everything's wrong here, we're able to, you know, use real discernment, which gives us then gives us true free will, because we're actually we're better informed than anybody else. We've got, even though we've not been told, we kind of know. It's like we've got this, because the souls that we're carrying, we're all old souls, basically. We're all carrying souls that have done this so many times before, know exactly what's going on and what stage we are in development, in the evolution of consciousness, which is, I think that's what this is all about, the evolution of consciousness. And so as such, we're scattered around all over Earth. You're in America, Voi's in the Netherlands, Vividness was in Denmark, I'm here in Tenerife, but I'm from England, and we're scattered about all over the place, and you can't really find two people in the same town. It does happen, but it's very rare. And that's because for the energy to carry across the entire Earth, we're the pins that it's sticking to, you know, as it weaves its way around, as this line of energy weaves its way around, it's hooking around each one of us, so that it's building this web across the Earth. So eventually we cover the Earth, and it doesn't need to be that everybody wakes up, because our energy, or it's not our energy, or it is, it's a combination of our own energy mixed with the new energies that are in the Earth, in the ether. We're basically harnessing it, maintaining it, and amplifying it. And as we're connecting in these situations, that's what, you know, we're passing the thread. We're passing the thread of energy to each other, and we're creating this connection that's helping to expand the web. So the more that this happens with people, the more that our consciousness connects with each other, the faster things will change. You're muted.
Yeah. What do you have to say
Thank
about
you.
that?
Thank
Chris?
you. I hope people are soaking in this knowledge. You know, I should have known, Voy, that the gentleman on here would be a fellow wise man as you are. I should have known you surround yourself with sages, because everything you just said, if people have the right mind to really take in what you said, they should have been able to see like a picture you were painting, because I saw the visual of what you were describing, weaving the thread, or however you put it, and all of us being like nodes along the way.
Conduits, like conduits for the energy.
I really like how you said that, for real. I agree. And you see, I had something else to say, but no, I liked what you said. I'll come back when I remember what I was gonna say, though.
Do you mind me?
You muted Christos. That's like a big accomplishment, because this dude always has something to say. He's like twice as young as us, right? I mean,
I was going to say, how old are you, dude?
No, he's too young, dude. He's too young to ask. I mean,
I was thinking you're around 31, 32.
I'm 24.
You're 24.
Yeah. I'm ahead of my time. And like I appreciate the knowledge from the elders, because I know you guys are like in your 40s, and actually a lot of people I've been meeting online are like in their 40s or like 30s. A good amount still around my age too, but like it's nice to see that I'm naturally connecting with people that are a little bit older than me, because I had that phenomena happen to me quite a few times in the past few years. It's actually kind of normal for me at this point. I've always connected with people that are older than me, and I've always been perceived not just because like, oh, I look older, but like the way I carry myself and the way I guess I like talk to people. Or
so that means is you're an older soul. So that's basically in reference to what I was saying before. You're an older soul. Your soul has done this before, and there's a connection, which is your consciousness, like where your ego has recognized the bigger picture kind of thing, seen that it's a pretty magical world, man. Like,
man.
And there's something crazy going on. There's something really crazy going on right now with the control structures, control that's coming in.
I totally recognize when Chris says that people have been telling him that he's an old soul, you know, because they told me too before. So
yeah, and that's it, exactly. I was the same.
To be honest,
all my friends were always 10, 20 years older than me.
Yeah, and to be honest, at the time when people told me that, I didn't know what they meant, but it just means that you're right.
I'll pick him up, to put him down.